So the NBA offseason has officially started to heat up. There's been actually a lot of things going on that I've missed, but I'm just gonna kind of sum it all up in this video, starting with Kevin Durant. Now I kind of missed the whole Kyrie Irving situation. I did not make any videos on it, but basically Kyrie kind of flirted with leaving the Nets and then realized that he really has nowhere to go besides the Nets, so he picked up his player option, and Durant was like, I'm out. So now Kevin Durant has officially asked for a trade, and there's two questions I want to answer, and one is where will he go, and two is what does a Kevin Durant trade package even look like? Because this is a top 5 player in the NBA, easy, maybe even the best player in the NBA, arguably. I don't think he is, but some may argue he is. So, like, what will a trade package for him even look like? I'm gonna answer the first question first. The top teams on his trade list are the Heat and the Suns. So I guess I'll tackle what their trade packages will look like first. For the Suns, I don't know if they can get out of there without trading Devin Booker, even if they give like DeAndre Ayton, Mikal Bridges, and then they give like Landry Shamet and Cam Johnson, and then like a bunch of first round picks. I don't know how much they can give up, but it'd be a decent amount. I don't really know what they can do. So, you know, it's just like without giving up Devin Booker, I don't really know if you can get Kevin Durant, because depending on what other teams will or wanting to give up, I feel like they could probably get a lot better deal. The Nets could get a better deal for Kevin Durant, which brings us to the Heat, and the Heat are just like, do they want to give up Bam? Because I know some Heat fans that say I would not give up Bam for Kevin Durant, and I know some that's like, yes, give me Kevin Durant. With Kevin Durant and Jimmy Butler, we're a championship team. And I mean, they've got solid role players. Eric Spoelstra is a great coach, so I think with Jimmy Butler and Kevin Durant, they could win a championship. So I think their kind of trade package for him would be Tyler Hero, obviously, and then they throw in Bam, and they'd probably throw in a couple first round picks, maybe someone like a Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, maybe Duncan Robinson, because I don't really know, I don't know how that cap situation is, if that trade package adds up to Kevin Durant's salary, so they might need to move Duncan Robinson in that too. So just like those few players, I think that Tyler Hero and Bam, if you're getting both of them, it's like the rest of the trade package doesn't matter that much. You definitely want to get a couple first round picks out of there if you're Brooklyn, but yeah, I mean, I think that's about it for the Suns and Heat. And then other teams that I think could put up a good trade package is the Nuggets. I think they could put up a great trade package if they want to move Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., maybe Aaron Gordon. They've got a couple first round picks as well. I don't, I feel like I'm forgetting some people on the Nuggets. No, they traded Monte Morris, so they can't move him. But yeah, so just that package like Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon would be quite good, along with a few first round picks. Might be enough to net them Kevin Durant, and Durant and Jokic would be such just a nasty team. They'd be hard to beat for sure. So I think that's my thoughts on Kevin Durant for now. We'll see if he adds more teams to his interest list, and I'll probably be talking about him again at some point on this channel. Okay, next up, a move that happened a little while ago that I just didn't talk about. I kind of waited to roll it all into one video. It's Dejounte Murray to the Hawks. Now, the Hawks, I believe it was a little while, but I believe they gave up 3 first-round picks in Danilo Gallinari. On the Hawks side of things, like I think it's a good trade. There might be some fit issues, but I think it's a good trade. I think that the Hawks will be good next season. I don't know if it is enough to make them a championship team, but Dejounte Murray is so young and he's on such a favorable contract right now that it's like, give it next year, it's like, I think if they made if they make like another decent move, like it's not gonna be like a Dejounte Murray size move, obviously, but if they bring in some like nice role players and stuff with that cap space, I think they'll certainly be good. They'll certainly be good. On the Spurs side of things, it's a little iffy. I get the idea behind it. It's like, Dejounte Murray, he's only got 2 years left on his deal. They're probably not going to be able to extend him, and he'll probably leave in free agency. And at this point, you kind of want to trade him, and then you want to tank for like a lower pick, because like why keep him when you know he's going to leave in 2 years, and then you could just get a lower pick for your rebuild, and you can net a lot of first rounders for him. So I understand it, but I feel like Dejounte Murray was, not only did I like him, but I just feel like he was a very Spurs player. A good defender, decent score, good. He almost averaged triple doubles. So like he can pass and rebound. I just feel like he was a very Spurs player, and I wish they kept him. I wish they were able to keep him. I wish they were able to extend him, but obviously they weren't. So they found this, which was a decent enough trade package. I feel like maybe they could have gotten more, but maybe not. I'm not the one in the front office, so decent trade for both sides, for sure. I think it's a bit better for the Hawks. If I were to give them a grade, I'd give the Hawks probably an A, and then the Spurs like a B to B minus, something in that range. Maybe a C plus. I don't know. So that's what I give the Dejounte Murray trade. Okay, next the Minnesota Timberwolves just traded for Rudy Gobert, and it's an interesting package. We'll tackle the Timberwolves and Gobert. There might be some fit issues with having 2 7-footers, but honestly, Cat really just plays on the perimeter. He doesn't even go in the paint that much, so I don't know how much of the problem that really will be. It'll be interesting to see them when they're out on the court finally. But so that might be a problem, and also, just based on what they gave up, they did lose a lot of perimeter defense, and a lot of depth. Which, I mean, obviously you're going to lose depth when trading for someone big, but does this make them a championship team? I don't know. Maybe. It's really just seeing how they gel once they're on the court, because there could be some fit issues. There could be some okay, this fits well. Cat stays on the perimeter, shoots some threes. Gobert is the center of that defense and elevates it. So, hopefully, that's a good fit for the Timberwolves. And then we look on the Jazz side of it. In my opinion, the Jazz won this trade. Not only, they had to move Gobert. They kind of had to move Donovan Mitchell or Gobert, in my opinion. I didn't think that was going to work, no matter what they really did to retool the stuff around them. I didn't think they can make it work. So, but they got Malik Beasley, good player, pretty young. Patrick Beverley, great role player. Jarrett Vanderbilt, a very underrated player, young. I think he's going to be really good. Then they got the 22nd pick of this year, which was Leandro Bolmaro. They got Leandro Bolmaro, and then the 22nd pick, Walker Kessler. So, I don't know much about Leandro Bolmaro or Walker Kessler, but in my eyes, those are that's just extra players. 22nd pick, it's basically another first-round pick. And then besides that, they got 4 first-round picks. 2 or 3 of them are unprotected, and then 1 is top 5 protected, which is that's a lot of unprotected picks you got there. I don't think the Timberwolves would be bad, but there's a chance for injury in those 3 first-round pick years, and if they do, then you could be getting a lottery pick, And the thing is, by 2029, which they have a top 5 protected pick in, or 2027, which they have an unprotected pick in, Rudy Gobert might no longer be on the T-Wolves, Cat might no longer be on the T-Wolves, D'Lo might no longer be on the T-Wolves. I feel like Anthony Edwards probably will still be. But there's a lot of people that could be missing for the T-Wolves. In the 5 years, they could be pretty bad. In 7 years for that pick in 2029, they could be really bad. So I think that the Jazz won this trade. For the Jazz, it's an A. I feel like like the Jazz got a great haul for what Rudy Gobert is, but I kind of wanted to see them, instead of going super young and kind of going into rebuild mode, I wanted them to kind of see if they can, do it, like make a championship team with Donovan Mitchell. But they went for more of a rebuild route. They could trade Donovan Mitchell later, to be honest. I could see him still on the market and them going like full rebuild, be like, no, Donovan Mitchell, we don't need you anymore. And so I could definitely see that happening. But I think this is a good trade for the Jazz. For the Jazz. And for the T-Wolves, I mean, there could be some fit issues. They gave up a lot. I think it's going to be a C for me for now. So, yeah. Then, last but not least, I wanted to touch on Bradley Beal getting a supermax from the Wizards. Uh, if you didn't know, I enjoy the Wizards. They're like my second favorite team. So, what they do with Bradley Beal is pretty important to me. I want them to sign and trade him. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I feel like we just need to move on. We're not going to be able to build a championship team around Bradley Beal. I think we just need to tank. And so trade Bradley Beal. Maybe trade Roy Hachimura for picks. Maybe keep him based on how he's doing. Daniel Gafford's a good part of the rebuild. We just traded Ish Smith for like Monte Morris, who I honestly don't know that much about Monte Morris, but he'll be a solid point guard. But I understand they need someone to like get the people in the seats. But at this point, it's like we're not gonna do anything. We've been mediocre for the past like years since we gave John Wall that huge contract and he started with like his injury problems. We have not been good. So it's like we keep getting like the 10th pick. We can't get anyone. Hopefully Johnny Davis turns into something. It's like I don't know. I think we should just trade Bradley Beal. That's what I want as that's just what I want as someone who likes the Wizards. I think we need to move on. It's time to go full rebuild and not like cling on to Bradley Beal and be like, please carry us. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's been King Shub, and I am out.